Well, the Denver Nuggets are NBA champions after closing out the Miami Heat in Game 5 last night. Nikola Jokic scored 28 points and grabbed 16 rebounds to lead the way for the Nuggets. It's Denver's first title in franchise history. Joining us now is CBS Sports college basketball analyst Josh Pastner. There you go. There's a lot of names for me to say there. Josh, really good to see you. Vlad and I were talking about it. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
They've waited a good long time. The fans have. How impressed were you with Denver's dominant title run?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And secondly, how great was just the NBA playoffs overall? And sports delivers again. There's not a greater reality TV series than there is sports, because you don't know what's going to happen. And the excitement of the NBA playoffs, and then obviously the championship run by both teams, it was just a high-level series. And the Nuggets were outstanding. They were the best team record-wise in the Western Conference from start to finish, and ended with the championship. It's very hard to do, as you see there. They beat the Timberwolves, they beat the Suns, then they beat the Lakers and LeBron James. They swept them in 4 games. And they beat the hottest team in the NBA in the Miami Heat. They've got maybe the best player in the world in Jokic right now. And what's interesting about the Nuggets is a lot of their key guys, like the kid Jamal Murray, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr. They got those guys through the draft. And they didn't do it through free agency. They developed them through the draft, got them better, developed them, and here they are on top of the world in the NBA championship. And a lot of great momentum going into the future as well with the Nuggets.
So where does Jokic's performance rank him among the greatest big men ever to play the game? I don't know. Can he be even ranked with some of the greats? I mean, he's still relatively young.
Listen, I don't dabble in those
me neither.
people, because people know a lot more than me.
That's true.
So.
Well, look, he is amazing. And what he can do with the basketball, he's really not a center. The way he plays, he's like a point guard. You can put him at the top of the floor, at the top of the key, and the way he passes the ball and how he scores. And what's amazing about it, he's not playing above the rim. A lot of the greatest players, like the guys like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and whomever it may be, a lot of those guys were above the rim. Jokic is below the rim. His skill set is amazing. He's a 2-time NBA MVP, now an NBA championship champion, plus an NBA Finals MVP. He's one of the greatest players right now. You got to say he's one of the top 10 to 15 players probably in the history of the game. And as you mentioned, he's really young. His best basketball's in front of him. And it's a joy to watch him. What a skill set. It is just so fun. Even if you're just a casual fan, not even a coach like myself, just a casual fan, you've got to be impressed and just have true enthusiasm and enjoyment watching Jokic play.
So you mentioned the team's momentum. The core group of players in Denver, they remain intact for next season. So what's the likelihood of seeing a repeat?
I think it's, they're going to go into next season as the favorite. There's no doubt about that. But let me just tell you this. In sports, the hardest thing to do is to repeat, because now everybody's coming after you. And that's why it's so rarefied air for anyone to have back-to-back champions or, to repeat. It is so hard to do because now everyone's coming at you. And yes, they will be the favorite. Other teams will try to do what they need to do in the free agent world, in the free agency world, to try to add pieces. But the Nuggets have their core back. They're going to be great. They're going to be the team to be reckoned with. And it's going to be an incredible, run again next year. And not only for next year, but it could be the way they have the guys signed for the future. It's not just next year. It could be the next few years that you could see the dominance of the Denver Nuggets.
So let's talk about the Heat. 4 seasons, second time they've fallen short of an NBA title. What do they have to do? What do they have to work on in the offseason to get over the hump?
Yeah, absolutely. The Heat had a great run. Look, people forget they barely got in the playoffs because they had to play in the play-in game. They lost the first one, then they barely came back and beat the Bulls, and then they got hot. Their culture is amazing. They got a great coach in Coach Spoelstra. And here's what they've done. 4 of the 8 players that played meaningful minutes last night were undrafted. They were undrafted. So they have found guys throughout the system of kind of underneath the radar and have brought them into their core, into their culture, and have developed them. And you can't ever count out Pat Riley. Pat Riley's the president of the Miami Heat. He's going to find a way to keep adding some different pieces. And the Heat are close. I mean, they've got a star, an amazing talent in Jimmy Butler. They've got great surrounding pieces. Now, Kevin Love's getting older, so we'll see what happens with him. But, look, in the NBA, it is a star-studded league, so they probably need to add another star next to Jimmy Butler, as you mentioned, to get over the hump and get him that next championship.
All right, we'll be watching. Josh Pastner, thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.